In this module, we'll talk about greenhouse gases and global warming potential. The pavement industry makes up a significant portion of the construction sector, and thus a sizable quantity of its net emissions. To properly understand the impacts that this vital industry can have on our environment, it is important to know how these emissions are represented. In the world of climate science, greenhouse gases are one such factor. These are a variety of different gases present in the Earth's atmosphere, all of which emit radiation wavelengths within the thermal infrared range. Some of the most common types of greenhouse gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and ozone. While these compounds are naturally occurring on our planet, humans contribute excessive quantities of some of these gases into the atmosphere, largely as a result of burning fossil fuels. With all these gases building up in the troposphere, the Earth's temperature is kept warmer through the greenhouse effect. On a very basic level, here's how global warming happens. Solar radiation reaches the Earth's atmosphere. Some of this is reflected back into space. The rest of the sun's energy is absorbed by land and the oceans, heating the Earth. Heat radiates from the Earth towards space. Some of this heat is trapped by greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, keeping the Earth warm enough to sustain life. Human activities are increasing the amount of greenhouse gases released to the atmosphere. This is trapping extra heat and causing the Earth's temperature to rise. While this model is a good way of displaying how greenhouse gases interact with our planet, scientists need a way to quantify these impacts. Global warming potential is a relative measure of how much heat a given greenhouse gas traps in the atmosphere. This value is calculated by comparing the amount of heat trapped by this gas to that trapped by an equal amount of carbon dioxide. Global warming potential values are calculated in units of carbon dioxide equivalents, which takes this common greenhouse gas as a measurement standard. A CO2 equivalent is a quantity that describes, for a given mixture and amount of some greenhouse gas, the amount of carbon dioxide that would have the same global warming potential when measured over a specified timescale, usually 100 years. Values are typically presented in terms of weight, such as a kilogram or ton of CO2 equivalent. These global warming potentials and their CO2 equivalent values are dependent on several factors, including the radiation absorption potential, spectral location of absorbent wavelengths, and atmospheric lifetime. Higher global warming potential values correlate with larger infrared absorption capacity and longer atmospheric lifetimes. Essentially, the more time these gases stick around in the atmosphere and the more heat they can absorb, the harsher impact they'll have on our climate. This measurement tool standardizes all greenhouse gases and their impacts in terms of one compound, carbon dioxide. This standardized form of global warming potential reporting is the one used to report the impacts of things like building materials and construction processes.